Hello and welcome to the incredibly influential and highly successful podcast. My name is Kael. I'm incredibly influential,
My name is Maxwell. I am highly successful.
and dear God in heaven, you have no idea. We've spent like the last 10, 20 minutes trying to get this to work on the website that we used to record this. I don't know what was going on. We had to start like a whole new recording room just to get it to work. So that's a great sign for bringing in the new year. I'm real excited about that. But
We
yeah,
are
you
we are
know,
bringing in the new year.
we are. Last we skipped last week. Um, Not gonna lie, I kind of want to make that a tradition. Honestly, that's kind of nice to just not have to worry about like doing that at the very end of the year. Man, that was nice. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, happy New Year, everyone.
Cool.
Welcome
Yeah.
to 2024.
Hope everyone else also took a break. You know,
Yeah, right. Last year, right?
last year was a brutal year. I don't care. I'm surrounded by people who talk about how good the last year was, which, like, personally, good year, right?
Yeah,
The world falling apart
kind of. I
very,
mean, to be
very
fair, to
much.
be fair, um, if you look at like certain things, at least here in America, things are actually not bad, right? It's sort of the calm before the storm, but like our economy's coming back. Inflation was down pretty far. We're doing okay here, but I can definitely see that like the rest of the world is fucked right now. So yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
I personally also I'll say I did actually have a pretty bang up year, to be honest. That was, yeah, but there at the end, man, that was fucking rough, man. Like, oh yeah, we lost Jimmy Buffett and uh so a little tangent here, but so one of the reasons that I got into YouTube is because there's this guy called Mitten Squad, and he sort of like inspired me to like get into making videos like he did, and he passed away like right before Christmas, and that hit me pretty hard actually.
Yeah.
um
It's
so
not fun.
yeah,
Alcoholism.
yeah,
So
rest in peace to Mitten Squad. Yeah, definitely he will be missed. Like honestly, I still have like been really shaky with the whole like alcohol thing. Like you guys, if you've listened to this podcast before, you know that I can tend to be a bit of a heavy drinker. So I've decided to make it my New Year's resolution that I'm not gonna stop drinking, but I'm not going to drink anything like that I paid for, right? So I'm not gonna pay for any more drinks. I'm not gonna go to the bar. I'm not gonna like go to the liquor store or anything.
wow.
I'm just gonna, yeah,
It's a
coast.
it's a big New Year's resolution.
Yeah, I mean, it's only literally a week into the new year, but yeah, it's January 7th as we're recording this. By the way, it's Sunday. Happy New Year. But like I've done it so far. I uh, yeah, I was going out with was it one of my friends, one of our friends actually. You remember him, Matt?
I do. He doesn't
Shout
even
out, Matt.
remember me, actually.
Yeah, that is kind of sad. It's been a while since we've seen him. It's been about 7 years since I've seen him. So
So it'd be the
that's
same
pretty
for
rough.
me.
Yeah, yeah. So that was crazy. But yeah, I hung out with him on New Year's Day, and that was cool. We went down to I'm still down in Florida, so he was also down here. So we went to Buc-ee's down in Daytona. That was fun. He'd never been to that before. Um, so he got to have the Buc-ee's experience. We ate some brisket sandwiches. We went down to. We were gonna go shoot guns, but they were closed for New Year's Day, so we went down to the beach instead. In like South Daytona, and we
Wow.
just hung out. He ran into the ocean wearing full jeans, and I was like it was fucking cold, man. It was so cold. Oh my god. It was, yeah. I did not I didn't stay in for long, but he was enjoying it. He was loving it.
You went in
But
with jeans.
hell yeah. And then
That's the Matt Nemeth I know.
that is a Matt Nemeth move.
Yes.
But yeah, he's been doing good. So shout out Matt. Thanks for hanging out with me on New Year's, man. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing good. I think he'll probably listen to this, honestly, because he's in my Discord server, and my Discord server has like a at everyone ping every time I upload the podcast episode. So he's definitely gonna hear that.
Sweet.
So yeah, shout out Matt. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, so we did that. Also, just now today, my adopted brother left. He's from Germany. He came in like right before Christmas. I went up to my dad's, and then I came back. He's still here. I got to take him to Buc-ee's for the first time as well, and he really got a kick out of that because I told him, right, like if you're not from America and you want to know what America is, Buc-ee's is basically the place I would take you, except they don't have guns. So it's everything about America except the guns, and it's great. And yeah, shout out Buc-ee's. If Buc-ee's would sponsor this podcast, I would fucking love that, dude. That would be amazing.
Epic.
Visit your local fucking Buc-ee's. That's some free advertising there for you. Call us. Let us know, man. You know, sponsor us, Buc-ee's. We love you.
I didn't know you had an
Max, have you ever been to a
adopted
Buc-ee's?
brother
It's
Germany.
I mean, it's like, you know, he's like 25, so adopted is sort of loose.
He's been in the family longer than you have.
That's not correct. He came over here when he was 16 and I was about 11, and he stayed with us for the year. He was an exchange student.
Oh, I think I remember hearing about this.
Yeah, this was...
I remember you telling me this now.
Yeah, this is back in 4th grade? 5th grade? Something like that. But, yeah, he was here for that.
Yeah. Well, I've never been to a Buc-ee's.
You've never been to a Buc-ee's? Oh my god.
That's what you were asking.
It's incredible. I'd have to see what the nearest Buc-ee's to you is, but I know that if we did that thing that we were talking about, that pan East Coast road trip that we were talking about, I know there's 2 within about 30 miles of my parents' house, and we're going down that way. So we're definitely stopping at both of them. What sucks is there isn't one that's super close to my dad's. So there was only like one Buc-ee's trip on the way up to my dad's, and it was so crowded. Like I could barely afford to like get in and out. It was crazy. Like the parking spots were packed. I
still don't know what they do.
You don't know what? All right, so
No.
Buc-ee's is basically like a gas station with like 100 pumps. Their gas prices are super cheap. Yes, 100.
That seems unnecessary.
And the gas station itself is about the size of a Walmart. The bathrooms are super clean. They don't allow semi trucks, so it's like a big like it's only for tourists and like motorists driving like normal cars. So, but like they make their money back on that because they have barbecue brisket sandwiches. They have a bakery. They make tacos and burritos, chicken tenders, all that. Fudge, glazed nuts. I actually have some glazed nuts right here that I was gonna snack on here in a minute. I don't think that's gonna be too pleasant to listen to, but hey, fuck you.
Oh man.
Yeah, they have like glazed almonds, pecans, cashews, that sort of thing.
Well, that sounds good. Not for the podcast, but
oh, I'm not done describing what they have. And then they also have a clothing section. They have tons of just like Buc-ee's merch. They have like a toys section because, you know, kids on like a road trip, right? Like they're gonna, you know, you gotta keep the kids occupied, so they have like a toy section. Um, they have pickled quail eggs. That's one of the things they have. They have a whole jerky wall of like different kinds of like jerky that they make there. What else? What else? What else? Did I tell you they make like their own fudge and stuff too? And it's really good. Like the fudge is really good. It's really pretty. It's well made. Um, what else? What else? What else? And they have like a whole like Cracker Barrel kitschy wine mom, like live laugh love type section, right?
Right.
So they have everything. It's like it's heaven on earth. If they don't have it at Buc-ee's, you probably don't need it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's amazing. I love Buc-ee's. They're awesome. However, they don't have summer shandy. They have like Foster's and like some local IPAs and stuff, but like they never have summer shandy, and that pisses me off because I love summer shandy. But yeah, that's
Sounds
it's
like a
incredible.
crazy
You have to
place.
see it to believe it. Yeah, you have to see it to believe it. If you're ever in the South, look up and see if there's a Buc-ee's near you. High key, so they just opened the biggest one in the town in Tennessee near where my family has their cabin. But I haven't been there in a while, so I haven't gotten to go to it. But my dad spent he spent last weekend at the cabin, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we went to the Buc-ee's, and it's still packed. Like it opened months ago, but it is still packed to the gills with tourists." So
I
it's like,
see.
yeah, but yeah, we went to one a little. What was it? Not last night, 2 nights ago. We went to the one in Daytona, and my brother got his photo with Buc-ee. We and it wasn't like super crowded. Now that like it was really really bad on New Year's Day because it was New Year's Day and people are like driving home and stuff. So people are all out on the road. But it wasn't too bad because we went like later on in the evening, and it was later on in the week, so not as many people were there. So I would go when it's not like a super touristy time and just get in there and just like get everything you can, like everything you want to try, get it. It's amazing. There's that it is an experience, but I fucking love Buc-ee's. So yeah. But then after that, we went to the German restaurant. There's a German restaurant in Sanford, and we went there, and it was pretty good. We got I got like 4 different kinds of sausage, and I had a huge Hefeweizen beer, and it was awesome. It was a great time.
Cool.
But yeah, and so my brother just went back today, so he just left. I think his flight took off about an hour ago. So that was, yeah. But also, other news. My parents. I'll post this on Twitter. Remind me, and I'll post it on the podcast Twitter. But my parents just got a new dog. So, like brand new on like January 2nd. He's like 10 weeks old. He's like a little baby Shih Tzu puppy, and his name's Enzo. He's so small. He's like 3.3 pounds.
Little Enzo.
He's so cute. Oh my god, he's so cute. Have I shown you him yet?
Nope.
Oh my god, let me send it to you. Let me send it to you on Discord. Oh my god. He's so cute. Oh my god. Where is he? I want to get a photo of both of them together so you can get the size difference. So
yeah, so now you got a big dog and a small dog.
So they're keeping Enzo here. He's their dog because our old dog passed away back in early December. Max, are you there? Your audio's kind of sounding weird.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah, your audio just has like a thing going on in the background. Just smack your mic a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. But yeah, they have a new dog, and that's better. Yeah, so that's their new dog.
This
He's
is
kind
a
of
tiny ass dog.
He is 3.3 pounds. He's not even like, he is the size of one of my feet. He like from tip to tail, that is the size of one of my feet. He's tiny. And he's so cute. He makes these like little noises and stuff. He's like baby, like human baby noises, and it's so cute. And I love him. And I would die for him. But Buster is so jealous. Like, he's being a good like role model, and he's not like flipping out or trying to eat him, but like he's so jealous that the little one gets all the attention now. So earlier today, I was like laying down on the couch because I got up, super early, right, to say goodbye to my brother, and my stepmom's going up to Detroit for work. So
Right.
I'm like down. I'm up at like 6 because they're leaving at 8. So I figured they would come out and like have breakfast and stuff. Nope, they were like fast asleep. So I'm like, God damn it. So I lay down on the couch, and like, Buster's normally not a cuddle man, so he's just sort of like moves a little ways away, but he's still close to you. He wants to be close to you, but not like on you. But then when Enzo come out and everybody come out of the bedrooms, and everyone starts giving attention to Enzo, Buster lays between my legs with his head on my stomach, and he's just like, hello, attention, please. So whenever there's another dog involved, he's very, very jealous. He's a big old attention whore, and I think he gets that from me. So the apple did not fall far from the tree, I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, so it's kind of hectic here because now it's just me and my mom and the 2 dogs, and it's gonna be like that until I head back, because school starts on the 16th for me. When does it start for you?
Lame. 22nd.
Fuck you. When did it end though for you? That's the question.
Maybe the 12th. I mean, officially the 12th, I think.
Bruh.
But
You get more than a month?
Yeah.
I get like a whole month dead even, right? That's such bullshit. Binghamton is such a fucking bullshit school.
Yeah.
That is such a bullshit school.
Sink in. Let that sink in.
I'm not letting that sink in. I'm keeping the door closed. He can stay outside for all I care. I'm not letting that sink in. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's such bullshit. But whatever. Fucking whatever. But yeah, that was cool. I got a whole month off. I feel like I made good use of it. I felt relaxed about 2 weeks ago. Now I don't. You ever notice that like the back end of your vacation, like everything after like the halfway point, you just start getting stressed again because you know that your vacation's almost over and there's shit you gotta do when you get back and you just don't want to do it?
Not really. And that's probably because I'm trying to enjoy the rest of my vacation.
It's like that with me for every vacation, no matter what. Like, it just stresses me the fuck out. I hate the last half of vacations, right? It's the same deal with like Sunday. Funny, we're talking about this on a Sunday. Sunday is like that for me for like weekends, right? Like Friday night, your Friday I would say is the best day of the week. I would say Friday is better than Saturday because the anticipation of the weekend it's so nice, right? So you're done on your Friday, you're like, finally we're done, we can let loose, blah 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 blah. That's great. And then, you go into Saturday, and Saturday is, your prime relaxation day. You're chilling. You're like, oh, this is the best. I can do whatever I want. I can get shit. I can be productive or I can relax. Doesn't matter. I can do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday, you spend all your Sunday in preparation for Monday. And it sucks. Because Monday just hangs over Sunday like a fucking thundercloud. It's so bad. And you're just like, it's not raining yet, but I know it's gonna, and it sucks, and I hate it. So, fuck Sunday, and fuck Monday even more. Um, yeah,
Coming to
Monday's really
you
bad.
from Sunday.
Yeah. What is it? Was it isn't it Sesame Street that's like we're sponsored by the days of the week? I would not accept a sponsorship from Sunday or Monday, to be honest. Or I'm gonna be honest with you, Tuesday and Wednesday are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are not
Dude,
great.
you gotta start enjoying your days of the week more. You're gonna run out of days to enjoy.
No, I all right. Let's do a ranking tier list here, right? Let's do a ranking here, right? I think Friday number one, best day.
Disagree.
Friday
Disagree.
or Saturday, I can see either way, right? Um, Sunday, I would say, um, is a very distant third. Like the gulf between second and third is pretty big. Um, I would say Tuesday comes after that because it's not Monday anymore, and you're like, okay, we got through Monday, we survived, we did it, right? And I would say after that comes Wednesday because then you're like, all right, we're more than because once you're done with Wednesday, you're like, all right, we're more than halfway through.
Now this feels lazy.
And then I would say Monday comes next because you're like, okay, it's Monday, we're back doing stuff, but you know what? I've been relaxed, right? Like this did hang over me like a shadow, and it's not great, but you know what? I'm refreshed a little bit, and I'm ready to go. And I would say Thursday is the worst because you're in the thick of it, but you don't quite have the Friday like benefit, right? Like you can't look forward to Friday as much as you look forward to Saturday. You
You
know?
you could.
You could, but like Friday
I rest
doesn't
my
have like
case.
Friday doesn't have the same anticipatory power that Saturday does. And so having the Saturday anticipation makes Friday better than Saturday. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but like I feel like most people would agree with me on that, right? Does that make sense? I don't know. We'll
Uh,
make a poll about it. We'll make a poll about it.
all
I need to
right.
remember to do all this shit on Twitter when this comes out, but yeah, damn, that was I really cannot stand Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays are pretty bad. Not the I could say Tuesday and Wednesday are sort of neck and neck together, but like Mondays and Thursdays, man, that's Thursdays are hard to get through. If you're doing like a standard week, like Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or what is it, 9 or like 7 to 3, if you're in like high school or whatever, uh,
Hmm.
it's rough. It is rough to handle like a Monday and a Thursday. They're really bad. But if you have like a
It's such a
non-traditional work
shame.
schedule,
It's such a shame those days have to come by every week.
right?
What a
Don't you agree?
tragedy.
Don't you agree? That's yeah. That's the worst part about it is there's a Monday and a Thursday every week. But when you get a month off from school, they all start to bleed together. I've had to like double check on my phone that today is Sunday because I just don't know what days these are, right? So when you have stuff that you need to do on certain days, right? Like for me, the podcast comes out, all that. Like the podcast comes out, we've got the like I do my super mega baseball stuff on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Like that, it's much harder to keep track of that when you don't have some other kind of schedule like during the week to like keep you grounded and stuff. So I'm just here, spend a lot of time on the couch and in bed. That's what I've been doing. Not a lot of time in the hot tub, surprisingly, but Yeah, that's been my break so far. It's just sleep, sleep, all
Me
the time,
too.
sleep. Yeah. What I'm
So
here's what
true.
I'm not looking forward to in the winter is I think I have like a 8 a.m. class, and I'm just not looking forward to that at all. It's so bad. Oh, that's so bad. I'm actually gonna check my schedule because this is actually gonna be the last episode before school starts. Because when this comes out, I think I'll be in class uh, on next Tuesday. So that's oh man, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it at all. To go back to school, and I have so many more semesters to go through.
I
Don't
mean,
make the same mistakes I did, kids.
why not?
Don't double
Why aren't
major.
you excited?
Don't double major, kids. Because I'm double majoring, and I don't think any of these classes are actually super. Um, I don't think they're going to be super interesting. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of math here. Academic calendar. No, that's the academic calendar. When I say academic calendar, I want my actual calendar. Okay, so on Mondays and Wednesdays, I've got uh, 12 to 12:50 on Mondays and Wednesdays, and a 2 to 3:15. On Friday, I have the 12 to 12:50 as well, but I don't have it on. I don't have the 2 to 3:15 on Fridays, so that's nice. I get out of class on Fridays a little early, and then okay, I don't have an 8 a.m. Thank God. Um,
Let's
However,
go.
it's not much better. It's not much better. I have back to back. I have a 9 to 10:50. This is on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have a 9 to 10:50, and then 10 minutes later I have an 11 to 12:15. But I really like the professor I have for my 11 to 12:15. I had her last semester. Um, I got I think the highest grade I've ever gotten in a college course with her. I got a 97% with her. So uh, we like
Yeah, we
those. We
do.
like those, chat. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I'm not excited for 9 to 10:50. I'm pretty sure that is psych statistics, and that sounds like shit. So
Wow. If only someone made a better choice in their major.
I mean, I have to take applied calculus for both of my majors. That's the one I'm taking online. So I've taken 4 classes
Wait, you have to take applied calculus once,
for both management and
but you only
psychology.
have to take it once.
Yeah, I I'm taking it because it is a requirement for both classes. I don't have to take it twice, right? So I did pre-calc already, which I think is more math than I would ever have to use in management, but whatever. And now I'm taking applied calculus, and I don't know how I got through with an A last semester. And or sorry, I think it was an A minus. No, it was an A. It was an A. I had an A, so that was good. But now, did I already say my final grades for the year?
No, are you going to tell
Oh,
everyone?
yes, I did. So like I said, I got a 97
Yeah,
in one of my
you
classes.
did just
So that
say
was
that.
cool. I did just say that. So I got a 97 in one of those classes. I got a 92 ish in that pre-calc. So I got another A. I got 2 A minuses in 2 of my in-person classes, and then I told you about that one professor who I really don't like, who really like screws us on the grades.
Yeah, you probably have.
He gave me a C. So that's the only thing that wasn't an A or an A minus, and that brought my GPA down a whole
That's
lot.
rough.
I'm really not happy about that because I think that keeps me out of the honors program.
Hmm.
And he fucked me over on the finals because he didn't give like any like clarification on the instructions at all. Like I would be like, okay, do we need to do this? And he's like, check the instructions, and the instructions are like, write a letter based on the stuff you know, right? It's like, well, what do you want me to do? And he docked me like so many points. He docked. So I knew a kid in the class who had an A in that class. Like he was the only person who had an A in that class, and I like talked to him, right, and I'm like, yo, how did you do? He went from an A to a B minus because that final was so shitty. So I don't want to fucking hear it from that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seems.
I'm just glad I don't have to take it again.
Yeah.
Because if I had to take it again with him, I would be dropping out of college. I'd be sucking dick for nickels.
Yeah, that doesn't.
I would rather suck dick for
Okay.
nickels than take that class again. So we lived. We lived to see another day, chat. But yeah, we're yeah. So that's my schedule. Is I don't think there's really anything like super interesting on there. You know, applied calculus is gonna be fucking boring. Psych stats is gonna be really fucking boring. Nothing. Oh, I think I'm taking like a medical, like pharmacological chemistry or something, which is yeah. I don't remember why I'm taking that, but I am. So
Very cool.
yeah. And I'm taking
What
business law. I like business law.
This-
Senior level business law, I think.
business law.
Yeah. It's like different kinds of like corporate classifications, right? So like your LLCs from your general partnerships, from your sole proprietorships, and given that I'm like owner and or operator of like 5 or 6 different businesses, it's pretty easy, you know? Like that's gonna like I imagine like one of their assignments is gonna be like, okay, here's how you apply for an EIN, right? I'm gonna be like, bro, really? I do that in my sleep. The hardest part about that is convincing me to spend like $200 on it, man, because there's like a $195 application fee. Yeah. So if you're ever trying to set up a business and you need an employee identification number from what is it? The SEC, IRS. I don't remember. It's one of those two. There's a $195 application fee, but I think it's tax deductible. So keep that in mind. Deduct it off your taxes. It's smart. It'll save your life.
That's what you learn from business law.
That's what I learned from owning and operating my own businesses.
I see.
But we're happy about that. You know, I don't mind taking a B law. It's required, and you know what? I think it'll be fairly easy. So we're gonna suffer through it, but that'll be my that will be my Monday and Wednesday afternoons, but I don't have to take it on Fridays. So I get out on Friday a little early. So instead of having, 2 online classes and 3 in-person ones, like last semester, I've got 4 in-person ones and 1 online. And instead of having 2 days where I actually go into class and 3 days where I can just work on stuff during the Monday through Friday, I'm going into class every week or every day of the week. But and that's not super fun. But you know what? I get out a little early on Friday, and isn't that just lovely? You know?
Yeah, isn't that just lovely?
I'm really glad that I got that, at least, because I could have gotten screwed on scheduling. I really could have, because I was there was like a registration hold because they didn't get my transcripts, except they did because they gave me credit for a class that I took in the semester that they said they were missing. And like I got out of taking classes because I showed them the syllabus from the course that I was taking in that semester that they said they were missing. So that was really annoying. And like they didn't have my Vax records, but then they got them. So I just had like a super hell of a time getting registered for classes. But eventually, you know what, we got there, and that was the last thing I did before Thanksgiving, and I was like dreading how bad my schedule was going to look. But you know what? It's not bad. It is not bad at all. We are very happy with our schedule. What's your schedule looking like? Because isn't this your last semester?
Yeah, it is.
What do you got going on for this is the last thing for your bachelor's.
That's right.
So
I'm
what's
so glad you asked.
yeah, enlighten us. Tell us.
Um, Currently, I only have 3 classes, which is kind of
Ooh,
not
that's
right.
good.
I'm supposed to have 4. So I need to figure out what my fourth one's gonna be. But I don't really know yet. So I think my first thing is seeing an advisor about that fourth class. But
Yeah, hopefully they can get you in.
well, I'm not worried. I'm a senior.
Yeah, but like, do, so how would that work, right? If you need, what is this last class that you need to take that you're not in?
Well, I just only have 3 right now. Like I'm currently
Yeah.
in all my required classes.
Oh, is this just like a gen ed,
Well,
like your last gen
I don't
ed
really
credit?
know.
You need to take another class, but it's not like specific which class it needs to
Yeah,
be.
I don't think it is.
So you just need another like few credit hours. Okay.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, I have other credits that I probably need to sign up for, but um there's not like a extremely limited availability to join the class.
that's
It's kind
good
of
at
like
least.
rolling volunteers for this kind of class. But uh
It's kind of like
yes.
what?
It's
Sorry, you
like
cut out there.
it's like
You,
rolling, okay, listen. It's like rolling volunteers. Like, you know,
oh, okay.
so
Okay.
people work in it, but there's not like a like a maximum amount of people or something that they're dealing with. It's basically like I'm gonna have to get technical credits for theater, so those aren't really like tight spots or tight positions.
Okay.
But
That kind of makes sense.
I hope that makes sense.
I'm still a little hazy on it, I'm not going to lie. But, you know, as long as you can get it done and you can like make sure that this is your last semester, that'll be good. Cuz you don't want to take like you don't want to have to take like one last class over the summer and then be done. Like that's annoying. That's really annoying. You know? Cuz like when you could just be like spend that summer like working or like doing whatever and like you're done, you're out of school, you know? Like that could be your summer could be spent just like so much better. So I yeah, hopefully you can get it all done. But uh with that, you know, really engaging conversation, so you know that what we're up to this semester, we do have to go over to the ad break. So we'll be back in a jiffy. This episode is sponsored by Liquid IV, the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. We've been partnering with them all summer, and I've been using it to beat the heat through some of these particularly nasty heat waves. While it was scorching hot outside, I was staying cool and refreshed with Liquid IV and their 12 delicious flavors.
One stick of liquid IV in 16 ounces of water hydrates you twice as fast and far more efficiently than water alone, and it also contains 5 essential vitamins and 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks, without any GMOs, gluten, dairy, or soy. Liquid IV is also committed to equitable access to clean water worldwide, partnering with leading organizations to fund and foster innovative solutions with communities that protect both their water and their futures, and donating 39 million servings in 50 plus countries around the world.
Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code IIHS podcast, all one word, at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code IIHS Podcast, again, all one word, at liquidiv.com. Thank you again to Liquid IV for partnering with us. This podcast is sponsored by Amanda Redwine, your no-nonsense talk therapist and parent coach. Serving individuals and couples in both Illinois and Florida for counseling/therapy, as well as worldwide for parent coaching. Amanda's specialty is working with teens and young adults, as well as their family systems. Amanda has extensive experience working with youth who identify on the LGBTQIA+ spectrum. She has also done couples work based on a foundation of the Gottman method. She brings a light, no-nonsense approach to treatment that is approachable and empathetic. She is unflappable and makes her clients comfortable from the very beginning. Find out more at www.amandaredwine.com. That's AmandaRedwine.com. Thank you again for sponsoring this episode, and back to the show. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us.
Well, we were talking about my extra classes, or like what my semester is going to look like. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So that was only
more.
about the theater minor I'm trying to get before I graduate. But
oh, yeah. I forgot you had a minor.
Trying to get a minor. But the other thing I'm doing for the rest of the semester is I'm taking 3 classes for my major. I'm taking Black Adolescent Development.
Understandable.
I'm taking group counseling.
Understandable.
And I'm taking this like class related to my internship. So I have an internship slated for next semester. And then I take a class on top of that.
Where's it at?
American Red Cross.
That's awesome.
Yes.
You should tell them that they should stop being so pissy about people using their logo in video games. Because did you know you're not supposed to use like the Red Cross logo?
I heard about that
for, like,
somewhere.
A medical thing. Yeah. That's really annoying. That's very up your own ass behavior, Red Cross. Do better. Claire Barton wouldn't want this. I think she started the Red Cross. Am I stupid? I don't know. Probably. Claire Barton. Yes, founded the American Red Cross. There you go. See, I'm there. I'm on it. I'm fact checking.
Nice.
I'm Googling. I'm a researcher. That's what I am. I'm a researcher. But yeah, that's really cool. What are you gonna do for your internship? What are they gonna have you doing?
Yes.
That's cool. What does that entail?
Client intake and processing. So yeah. Pretty cool. Basically just directly speaking to the people who might get help from Red Cross. Which is just it's okay with me, you know.
Do you think you might want to continue working there? Is it unpaid or paid?
Well, since it's for a class, it's unpaid.
That sounds like indentured servitude to me.
I am getting credits, which I already have paid for the past 3 years. So
yes, but you paid them for the privilege of doing indentured servitude to them.
So how is this different from classes?
Well, because classes don't make you do like labor that you would normally get paid for.
I just think that an internship is probably one of the best things that I'm going to be getting out of my college experience. So I'm not really complaining about how much
Yeah,
money I'm making for something that's going to help me out for the rest of my.
yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you can have your own opinion.
I think a paid internship is
I'm getting
I think
credits.
most internships should be paid. Yeah. I just think
I'm
most
getting
internships should be
credits,
paid,
and I'm
is
doing,
what I'm saying.
and it's technically a class.
And you're probably getting a foot in the door if you choose to work at the Red Cross, which is good. I just, other people have talked about this before. It's just like the ethics of like someone doing a job that someone else would normally get paid for, but they're
Yeah.
doing it for free,
Well,
right? It's like paying someone in exposure. It just kind of feels weird, but like you know,
I mean,
does
there are
that
a
sort of
lot
make
of
sense?
weird things like unionless jobs, underpaid, uh,
Mm-hmm.
poor working conditions. There's a lot. There's a lot more that I don't know, like, is a problem for people who already make money in work environments. And so I'm just lucky that those are not like the things that I'm, you know, having to struggle with directly. So honestly, getting credits and getting this internship opportunity and not being paid for it is fine by me.
I mean, fair. I mean more like as on the whole, like it just feels icky to me. But that's you know what? If you feel like the deal is worth it
You
to you,
also
I
you
think
also have to remember
I
that most of the makeup of American Red Cross workers are volunteers. They're about they're about ninety
that is
percent
true.
of their composed workforce. So,
That is true.
so I
Um,
I think we gotta look at all the information here.
that you do raise a good point.
Okay,
You do raise a good point.
thank you.
Clara Clara really had that good business sense to where uh, she would make people volunteer for it so she didn't have to pay them. She's smart. She's a good businesswoman. That's what I admire about Clara Barton is her business ethics. Not all the lives she saved during the Civil War. The business ethics that she was doing. I like that. Good job,
Right.
Clara. I'm going to hell for that, aren't I? I'm going to hell for that. I yeah. Yeah, I'm going to hell for that. I had a very unrelated topic I wanted to ask you about.
What What do you want to talk
I
about?
don't know. I don't know if you're ready for that. Um, so somebody reminded me of a song that you may or may not be familiar with. Um, if you're not familiar with the song itself, you're familiar with what it's named after. Have you heard the "Freaky Friday" by Lil Dicky?
Maybe maybe I have.
Um, so it's gross. It's bad. It's like ethically speaking, it is gross because it's
Did he do that
Little
Earth
Dicky.
song?
Uh, yes, he did also do the
I
Earth
think it's
song.
Earth with an F. Maybe it is. It's with a TH. Did
No,
he spell it right?
no, it is with
It's a
th.
really
Yeah,
bad song.
yes, but that one is good, right? Like morally speaking, it's a charity single, right? So it's good,
Really?
right? Like
It's
it
no, it's
sucks
pretty
ass.
bad. Uh
It's awful. It is one of the worst songs ever created, but it's a charity single, so
it's a
it can exist in the
charity
world.
single. What does that mean?
Like, do you remember Do They Know It's Christmas Time
No.
from Band-Aid, right? Do you know what Band-Aid was?
No.
So, all right, let me Band-Aid. So, Band-Aid was a charity band musical ensemble that was founded in 1984 because there was a famine in Ethiopia. And it's like a musical supergroup, right? So all the the people in the so they got like a bunch of famous people, and they came in and they made the song, and like all the profits from the song went to helping the starving people in Ethiopia. So you got like Robert Cool Bell from Cool and the Gang. You got Bono. You got Boy George from the Culture Club. Adam Clayton from U2 as well. Um, George Michael from Wham. Nick Rhodes from Duran Duran. You got Sting. Yeah, a bunch of other people as well. And yeah, so all these like performers come together, and they made this song called "Do They Know It's Christmas." I'm surprised you never heard it, where it's like feed the world, let them know. You know that one?
Okay.
That song. That's what I'm talking about, right? Like it's like a charity group, and they come together and they made a song, and all the profits went to anti-famine in Ethiopia, right? So that's sort of what Lil Dicky's Earth is, right? So even though it's really bad, it's still like all the money that they made from that went to like helping the Earth out, right? So you know what? It sucks big dick, and I don't want. If there is someone who thinks that it's a legitimately good song, I don't want to be near them. But because it is a net good for the planet, I'll allow it. Freaky Friday is not a charity song. It is a song where Lil Dicky swaps brains with Chris Brown. That's right. The Rihanna beating Chris Brown. Yeah. But there's a point at the end of the song where Lil Dicky swaps brains with Kendall Jenner. And he's like, I'm going to explore what having a vagina is like. And so I wanted to know,
Yourself. You were also curious.
is that
You also want to know
is
the
that
answer.
ethical? The answer to
it's
what?
Like.
What's like? No, I don't really give a shit. If I wanted to see what having a vagina was like, I could go and get that. I'd go get a vaginoplasty or whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. I'm wondering, is that ethically okay? If you swapped brains with someone and you are in their body for the foreseeable future, is it okay to masturbate?
In another person's body.
Or
This is such
yes,
a
in another
weirdly
person's
specific
body.
question.
Like, is it a crime to look at yourself naked if you're in someone else's body? Right? Like, am I... Do you understand that?
I guess.
Like,
No, I do.
What do you think?
Because I mean, it would be non-consensual, since you don't
Yeah.
you don't have their permission other than physically moving them.
Mm-hmm. But, all right. Here's my question, right? If you... All right. I have three potential situations, right, where I want to hear your stance on this, right? I want to see where the line is, right? So if you knew that you would switch back eventually, but you're stuck in that body for the time being, is it ethical to masturbate in someone else's body? Yes or
I'd
no?
say no.
Okay. Second situation. If you didn't know if you were ever going to switch back, right? If you were potentially permanently in this body, is it okay to masturbate?
Say that again.
So like, if you swapped bodies and you had no idea if you were ever going to swap back, right? Like if you didn't know how you switched there and you didn't know what you had to do to switch back, and you were just stuck in someone else's body and you didn't know how to get out, is it okay to masturbate? Yes or
I
no?
mean, if you have to live the rest of your life in someone else's body, I guess it's not as pressing.
If you think you if you think you might have
I don't
to, like you
know.
don't know for sure. If you're like 50-50, like could switch back, could not.
Then probably that sort of ethical question is less of a priority, you know? Since you can't, you
Hey
literally
man,
are you're presuming that you're never going to be back in your own physical body again.
yes.
So there's
Well, I'm not saying you're like presuming one way or the other. I'm saying you don't know. This is the
I
third
think
situation is
I'm only
you know
making
you're
a
never going to
presumption
swap
based
back.
off of yours that you've given me in this hypothetical
No.
situation.
So all right. How about this? Right. First situation, you know you will switch back eventually.
Not
Not
ethical.
ethical.
Okay.
Second situation, you know you're never going to switch back. Like this is your new permanent body. You are stuck in this body.
Well,
Is
at
it okay
that
to
point,
jack off?
it essentially becomes your body by that by what the rules you're giving, because you're never going to get your own body back.
Mm-hmm. So then that's okay.
It's, I guess it's more okay.
What about in the middle ground
It's
between those two, where you could switch back or you could not?
then it
You
probably
don't know.
is not okay.
Okay, so your line is, if you know you're going to switch back or you don't know whether or not you will, don't do it. But if you know you're stuck there forever, then just start jacking it.
Well, I would say start living the rest of your life, but if that's where your head's going, then
I mean, if jacking it isn't a part of your lifestyle, I would argue, and most medical health professionals would also agree, jacking it is pretty healthy for you.
I'm not gonna
So
diss on anyone for doing it, but I think
it reduces your risk of prostate cancer if you're a dude. So go jack it, guys. Don't do No Nut November, by the way. It's actually really bad
wow,
for you.
I'm so glad
Don't
you're
do it.
dropping all this like masturbation science and knowledge on us. Really,
Hey man,
really
I'm
divvying out this free information.
they ought to change my name to John Hoff so I can go by Jack. Cause there you go. Cause we are a pro jacking it podcast, right? Crank that hog, man. Pulled pork. Yeah, I crank my hog today too. There you go. Do it. Go nuts. Go ape shit. You have our endorsement. I would say. I don't want to speak for you, but like given the research and the knowledge that we have, I would hope that you would agree that that this should be a pro jacking it podcast.
Yeah.
I love the hesitation and the yeah.
I don't really know how the conversation got here.
Because we're talking about the ethics of jacking off when you brain switched with someone.
Oh, my mistake. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I have a special kind of big red button today. Do you wanna
Does
talk
it have
about
anything
that?
to do with
jump into
anything
it now?
you've talked about?
It doesn't have to do with jacking off.
It
doesn't
have
have
to
to do with
ask
jacking off.
because
No,
that
we're
is what
not
the last
talking
10
about-
minutes of what we've been talking about.
It was not 10 whole minutes. Okay, don't worry about it. But okay. This is a special big red button because it's two different big red buttons and you have to press one.
What?
Right? Yeah, this is crazy, right? We're combining big red buttons here. So it's kind of a would you rather of two different
Okay.
big red buttons.
Give us the
So, first big red button. You are 50% more likely to get food poisoning, but it will last 50% less of the time. Or you are 50% less likely to develop food poisoning, but when you do, it will last 50% longer.
The second one, easily. Yeah,
Are you sure?
I've had food poisoning once, and it was terrible. But I've also only had it once.
So you'd rather make it
And
longer?
reduce my chances of getting it at all? Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a lot harder of a choice than like than like your very quick answer
Well,
would
I
make it
think
seem,
it is
right?
easy for me because I've had food poisoning once, right? And the one time I did,
Mm-hmm.
it lasted about a week,
Yes.
a
Now
week and a
imagine it
half.
lasting
Yeah,
10
that
days.
would suck.
Yeah, 10
But you
days
know what
instead of 7.
also sucked? Getting food poisoning. So
That's true. But either way, I think you're gambling here, and I don't
you're
know
right, I
if
am
it's worth it,
gambling,
right?
but I'm gambling the severity of food poisoning compared to how likely I am to get it. So I would definitely,
Well, no, the
well, okay,
severity
for
is the
how
same.
long I have to go through it.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
if I were to skew my chances, I would reduce my chances of getting it and increase how long it would last.
Now, see, I I got some kind of stomach illness almost weekly when I lived in the woods, right? I think it was giardia a couple of times, and that's not fun. I would say giardia and food poisoning are relatively comparable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the last time I got like something that I would consider would be like probably food poisoning was it was a long time ago. It was I was about 10, 9 or 10, and I think we lived in the house yeah. We lived in the house that we lived in when my brother came to live with us. So yeah, I was about 9, somewhere between 9 and 12, I would say. So oh my god, I was so sick. Have you ever heard of the double-headed dragon?
No, that sounds gross. Please don't. Please
It
don't.
is. Let me
Please don't
let me
explain it.
explain it for the
Please
audience.
don't explain it.
Let me
I
explain it for
actually
the
am going
audience.
to formally ask you to not explain what you just said, so that no one has
All
to
right,
hear what you went through your food poisoning. Because I honestly don't think
so the
anyone needs to hear
double
it. Least of all me, and I'm
so the
right here.
double-headed so the double-headed
This
dragon
is terrible. I hate
for
this. This is
for
miserable.
those of you who don't
This is miserable.
know.
I don't want to hear about this. This is the reason I reduced my chances of ever getting it by 50%. And here you are wanting to increase your chances of getting food poisoning so you could talk to people about your double-headed dragon
I'm not
experience.
saying I
You're
want
like
to get it.
you're like I
I'm not saying I
experienced
want
this
it one
for
way
a
or the
while,
other.
but I could experience this 50% less of the time. And that would be an improvement.
I'm not saying one way or the other which way I would go with this this decision, right? Because I'm not sure I know. I'm not sure I can really decide for myself. But
all right, well, you enjoy your double-headed dragon half of the time.
But the double-headed dragon is
and 50% more of the time.
At this point, I'm not even sure I want to like actually explain it, because like just setting it up and just hearing your reaction to it, it's just so fucking funny. Oh my god, my cheekbones hurt from laughing.
I hope you've forgotten
So
what
fucking
the
no.
what the
I
fuck
could
a
never
double-headed
forget what the
dragon
double-headed
is.
dragon is. I could never forget.
Is
what
it
a
because
double-headed
it's
dragon
like
is. You know?
Does it
by
have
what
like
it
a
sounds
physical memory attached to you? You can't forget
I
it.
mean, you'd remember if you got it. Yeah. You know what the double-headed dragon is. You probably don't need me
You're
to
right.
explain it to you.
No.
But just in case you do, the double-headed dragon is when you are
From
expulsing
both ends.
projectile from
Correct.
both ends.
Can we move on?
So I've had that one time where I've had both of them at the same time.
That's
And
really awful.
it was. So, and I will say it lasted. That was the worst of it, but I did both ends at various times for about 4 days after that. For about 4 days. And it was not good. It was absolutely fucking awful. So, I've never gotten anything that bad again. So, I would say I'm already fairly immune to it, so I don't want to risk getting it one more time and then just be knocked on my ass for, 6 days, right? 6 days is probably the guess, right? Um, I think I'd rather get it for 2 days, but maybe get it a little bit more often, right? Because it's only ever really happened once in 21 years. So, I think that means once every 2 years, I will get, double-headed dragon. But you know what? It'll only be bad for about 2 days. So, that's something. I think that's not a terrible deal. Maybe it's because you got it for a whole week, right? And I didn't, and I only got it for 4 days. So I think maybe that's just our different experience with food poisoning. But like, man, food poisoning fucking
Agreed.
sucks.
I think we can agree on that.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I think both of them are better. Like they're both improvements. Is what I would say, right? Because you're still either getting it less often, or you're getting it slightly more often, but it's less. It takes up less time. So I would say both of those are an improvement, and I guess you're just like choosing which one is better for you. But man, imagine getting it for fucking 10 days. That would
Well,
suck
I feel like I
so
wouldn't
bad.
have to because I reduced my chances by 50%.
But you would still
I
get
know,
it at
but
some
my
point.
chances would be so much lower than increasing it by 50%.
So if you do the math, you're still going to be getting it
That's
the same
true.
amount of time
That's true.
for the rest of your life. Like it's no
Those chances are exactly the same. How long it lasts, I guess.
Mhm.
But
like that your number's the same no matter what. But yeah, like, man, that fucking blows. That does. That really fucking blows. To get it for
I'm sorry you had food
whole
poisoning
week, man.
just a couple
That
weeks
sucks.
ago. That sounds awful.
I didn't have it just a couple
When
weeks
did
ago.
you have it?
No,
Oh,
I had it when
really?
I was 10.
That's what you're talking about?
Like somewhere between 9 and 12. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. No. So you're no longer not sorry.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it was also
You're-
awful. I mean, I thought it was more recent, is all.
No. It was no. That was a very long time ago. But yeah, everyone in the whole house got sick. I think I was the last person to get it. And it was, yeah. Ooh, it was bad. It was bad. I'm sure mom can attest to that, because she remembers that, because she helped clean up some of the sick that happened there. It was really bad. I was, yeah. Poor little baby Kael, who was so sick with that. That's shitty. Little guy. Yeah. That's shitty. But yeah, that was no fun, and I never want to get it that bad for 4 days ever again, right? And I also never want to get Giardia ever again. Jesus Christ. Giardia is everything that food poisoning is, except, have you ever had sulfur belching?
No.
Sulfur belching is exactly what it sounds like. It's so fucking disgusting. It's so bad. I don't know why it happens like that. Like, I don't know what the fucking conditions in your stomach are that causes that. Like, how can the human body even do that and make it smell like fucking rotten eggs and death? It's so bad. But, like, oh, fuck, man. It's so bad. It's everything that food poisoning is, but worse. And what's really sad is dogs get it all the time. Like, Buster's gotten Giardia before. He got Giardia when he came home, I think. Like a couple days after he came home, he got Giardia, and it was really shitty for him. So yeah. They need to do like I would say like they need to do like vaccinations against it, but like there's not really any point to it, right? Because most normal people don't get it. You only get it when you live in the woods and you eat fucking dirt, man. So it's like rarely ever happens to anyone. But you know, like cholera is really bad in like India and stuff. So I bet Giardia is pretty bad there too. So I would say, you know, maybe in like the developing world, either fix their fucking water or give them a vaccine against cholera and Giardia, you know? Did that make sense? But like, damn. Yeah, I feel bad for anyone who's gotten Giardia or cholera or anything like that. Shit fucking sucks. Literally, that shit fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah. I made a really, really, really bad joke. I don't know if I should say it.
This is like the perfect place for it.
It's, so I said this on Twitter the other day, but, have you ever heard of the book Love in the Time of Cholera?
No.
So it's a book about love in the time of cholera. You know, it's like set in like the 1800s and shit. But it's like, you know, it's yeah.
What's
it's set
your joke? I'm not laughing.
The night.
Pretty good shitty joke.
Shut up. So haha, yes, that's a good pun. But like, you know, people, you know, getting cholera and shit and dying, and it's terrible. And he's and like the main character is like a doctor who's like trying to get rid of cholera and shit, right? But basically, you know, India has a huge problem with cholera, right? So I said, Love in the Time of Cholera would not sell very well in India because 15% of the population has gotten cholera in the last week. So that's just another Tuesday for them. All love in India is love in the time of cholera. And they should make a fucking Band-Aid song about that, baby. There you go. Full circle. Right? There we go. Reincorporation. You know, we did it. We did it, Reddit. There you go. That's the show. We did it. We did the show. There you go. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa. Is Kwanzaa over? I think Kwanzaa's over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a great way to end the show, isn't it? I love that.
Perfect. Really well executed.
Right? Thank you. But yeah, thank you all very much for listening. We want to thank our patron, Justin Connor. Thank you for supporting us throughout most of 2022, all of 2023, and you started out strong in 2024. We really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you very much. We couldn't do it without you guys. So yeah, thank you very much for that. If you want a cool shout out like that, head on over to patreon.com/IIHS podcast. Sign up for our $3 tier. Or if you sign up for our $5 tier, you get access to all of our movie commentaries. We've done 4 that are Patreon exclusive now, and we've done 1 for Die Hard. That was our Christmas gift. We did that for everyone. So if you want a free movie commentary, head on over to patreon.com/IIHS podcast. Go turn on Die Hard with us and, just watch it with us. Danny was there for it too, and he fell asleep halfway through. It was really funny.
Was.
That was fucking hilarious. I don't know how he could sleep through Die Hard, but whatever. But yeah, head on over, do that. If you want to hear all these episodes early and ad-free, join that $5 tier as well. They go up as soon as they're done being edited, so you don't have to wait until Tuesday, and you don't have to skip through the ad section. So we love that, don't we, folks?
Yeah, we do.
If you want updates, Q&A, topic suggestions, that sort of thing, head on over to Twitter, Instagram, Threads, or YouTube. We are at IIHS Podcast, all one word, on all of them. So go over there, follow us, stay in the loop. But other than that, I don't really have anything else to say. So Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you all for listening. My name's Kael. I've been incredibly influential.
Maxwell. I've been highly successful. Happy New Year.
And yeah, enjoy your this first new episode of 2024. Let's have, was it 50 more? Let's here's to another 50. There you go. Love you. Goodbye.